So there's this belief, right? You have to have everything structured out. You ought to script and have a trail of thought that people can follow and go along with you. And I think it's totally true. If you want to build something that's very efficient and effective, and you want to build a brand that actually you can monetize. And if you have the skills to do that right away with someone, I think that's the best way you can go about it. But this is just not true for me. And watching one of the videos from a creator that I really admired, Ali Abdaal, really helped me doing that too, because he was talking about two different approach. The one is the architect, and the other is what? The archaeologist. There we go. So you can be an architect who has everything figured out and everything planned, and then work the plan, which is gonna be the most effective and efficient way if you want to put yourself out there building a brand and be known for something, right? An expert in a niche. But if you're here just starting out and don't actually know what to do, I found for myself to be a lot easier to start to get the reps in instead trying to be like refined about it. And that is to sit in front of a camera and talk about whatever you like, but also have a system in the backend in a certain way that would help people understand what it's about. Because while there's a huge pro list to be said about being an architect about your YouTube channel or your content creation path, I think it's very difficult to do it without someone who actually has already walked a path, right? Imagine if I were to talk to myself like 3 years from now, that version of me, with the person who I am right now today. Of course, he's going to be able to tell me what to do and when. But even then, I wouldn't have the skills to execute on it because I don't have the experience he has. So I would be needing that guidance and advice at all times, which is not bad if that person were to exist and I could pay him to do it. But for the things that I want to do, I just can't. And I'm also someone who likes to experience the path. I want to experience the path. I want to discover all the nitty gritty things. I want to build a rig that is for me. I want to make my experiences. And it is not important for me right now to put myself out there in a sophisticated, structured manner that I can build a brand on, monetize it. For me, it's more important to be able to sit here and talk straight to you. And this is what I'm practicing. These are the reps that I'm putting in. And I think if you are also someone who likes doing this, or at least are not like proficient to your own standards in front of a camera, but there's also, I think, a case to be made that either way, you're going to be better off if you have put the reps in and just create the content that at the moment in time you want and you like. Because the flow of your speech is going to be aligning with the state that you're in. Like when I'm talking to you right now, it's completely unscripted and it sometimes feels chaotic to people who can't really empathize or relate with the state that I'm in. But chances are, when you are here watching this video, you're in the same state. Otherwise, you would have just shut off. And I believe if you treat yourself with a certain compassion and give yourself the ability to fail, that's such a bad word too. I don't think you're going to fail. I think you're going to make experiences. I think you're going to learn. And this is what I see and feel also for myself. Instead of trying to be an architect to have everything structured out, every time I have a thought, I sit here. And then I would just start yapping. I would know that there's a certain thing that I want to talk about, but I wouldn't have a script to talk about it. I would just want to share how I did it. And it's a lot easier for me to look into the past of what I've done and then tell you a story instead of trying to script something out that is more polished, more refined, because it's going to take away the reps that I want to push in. Because now I can just speak whenever I have something on my heart. And then about the structure you can still create at the back end. There are on many, like on probably every platform, major platform that you can use to structure the things that you put out. So for me, for example, to make all these yapping be somewhat useful for you, I could create a podcast list or a playlist that would emphasize what these videos are actually about. Pacing forward, what would be perfect, I can look backward and say, okay, you know what? These are the lists that I have created. These are for men who are like butchering their relationship. These are for girls that are good looking but don't understand how men actually works, because the way we are is just different than what you think. And these are for people who are maybe starting to the journey of content creation, which is this one. And another one is about self-love, how I started using like just basic skin routine to embrace myself and resolve my body dysmorphia, right? So those are just example, but those are the lists I've created to have myself create a space and freedom in which I can express myself. And I believe if you want to be an architect about it, I think it's totally possible, especially when you have someone who helps you along, who's already further down the path of what you want to walk through, where you want to be at. If you don't have that, or you want to experience the path yourself, I believe it is very sufficient if you would just create your setup. That can be just a phone and a microphone, or just the phone, and then just putting in the reps before you try to refine it. And this is what I'm doing. And I hope that this video has been helpful to you. Let me know. And if you have any suggestions, let's connect in the comment section, right? That's how I did it. I hope you're going to find your way too. See you.